Hello, 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 hello. Um, Hot chocolate is ready. So I'm gonna go back to mute. Give me a second. The hot chocolate will be brought to me. I won't do anything apart from sitting on my chair very comfortably. Well, it's not my chair; it's Ed's chair. But yeah, I'm half asleep still. So give me a second. I'm gonna wake up soon. I'll wake up soon, and I'll be like super bubbly and nice, or something. Okay, I have hot chocolate. This time I got prepared. I got obleas for the murder. Obleas. I, on the other hand, spent a little too much energy being stressed out about football. I was watching our country play against New Zealand and got very excited to the point that I got very confused as to what the heck was happening. But hey, I support the national sports, the sports teams. I also did wake up at like 5 a.m. to watch the people at the Olympic Games from Costa Rica that were, participating. So I did it for the team, or I did it for the country. And I got very, very tired. So I had to take a nap. Anyway, let's play the Vigia game. Virtue's last reward. This one. Thank you. I'm gonna move you here like you usually do. I don't know why you do that. And here we go. Here we go. Now, hopefully. Okay, it did. So, I guess the question is, how is everyone doing today? I spent all my energy, so the hot chocolate is still too warm. It's still too warm. Okay, let's start with the murder. I'll drop by later. You're binge watching The Boys? I don't have Amazon Prime to watch The Boys, so I can't. I've heard it's good. Enjoy The Boys! The Boys! What have we done here? Okay, we're here. So this is where we are. Okay. Okay.
Looks just like the one on the last floor.
There's even a big old door in the same spot where the number 9 door is in the other warehouse.
Okay, this is completely new dialogue. True, but it... Okay. True, but it's rusted over. I don't think it's opening anytime soon.
No lever to open it anyway, that I can see.
Well, shoot. We couldn't possibly open that with our bare hands.
Duh. How much do you think that thing weighs?
A lot? Give me a second. Everything's okay. I just heard loud noise coming from the kitchen and, you know. More than 1 pound. Easy. Heck yeah. More than 1 pound. How much do...
You'd have about as much luck trying to lift a pickup truck, even if it was unlocked.
I guess so.
I want to know what those are.
Ooh, they're white doors.
Those white doors?
Are they chromatic doors?
Yeah, seems like it. I mean, look at this. It's one of those things that says lock.
Yeah, just like the ones next to the other chromatic doors.
So you're saying all the chromatic doors for the next round are white? They're white?
Yeah, they were different colors before, but...
Guess things have changed for this round.
Before we could discuss the doors any further, a familiar robotic voice crackled over the speakers.
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Hi. I haven't gotten anyone killed yet. We just saw that we're in a different warehouse than before, and that all the doors are white this time. We were also talking about how I spent a lot of energy in like watching the football match against New Zealand today, so I got very tired. So I had to take a big cat nap. Like I thought it was going to take me a longer time to like wake up and everything. But wake up, I mean like fall asleep and everything, because I was like just extremely tired. And then I like laid on the couch, closed my eyes, almost immediately passed out. Wake was awakened by Ed, who knows I really wanted to stream today. Them vuvuzelas can get you tired. Yes, I know. Was awakened by Ed and was just like, shit, what time is it? I thought I just fell asleep. So yeah, it happened. But it was great. Now I'm awake and we can play more murder game. What?
One of the other teams opened the gate early.
What in the hell they do that for? We haven't even started back yet. Never mind, White. We just need to get back up there pronto. I'm worried about Quark.
Alright, yeah, Quark. Quark is... Quark.
Hook up with Alice and Kay. The sooner the better.
Right, got it.
Let's go.
And now we go from here all the way here. And then we go up. You go here. Oh yeah, the kiddo got batshit insane. Yeah. Oh my god, it was crazy. Let's see what happened to Quark this time. Kind of wish I could like fast forward this scene, because I know that they worked very hard on it, but like it gets very tiring when you watch it for every single ending. For every single area that you have to do, it gets very tiring. We return to the floor A warehouse to find only 2 people waiting for us. Oh, Kay, who'd gone through the red door, and Dio, who'd gone through the green door.
Where's Quark?
We took him to the infirmary. At the moment, Alice, Phi, and Luna are looking after him.
Is he all right?
Okay.
I don't know if I would describe him as all right, but apparently his condition has not worsened, if that's what you mean.
What the fuck, Kay?
He is still resting. However, we...
Good. I'm going to the infirmary.
Tenmyoji, please, wait!
Tenmyoji ignored Kay and took off at a run through the yellow door. Bye-bye, Tenmyoji.
Oh dear. He's gone. There was something I needed to tell him.
Oh no.
Well, it's not like it matters.
Oh no, there was something that what?
The girls will just tell him when he gets there. He ought to calm down once he's seen the kid.
Clover and I looked at one another, eyebrows raised.
What are they going to tell him?
Well, you see...
It's just that I love him. Sorry. What?
You found virus medicine in the laboratory?
Ooh.
Yes. Unfortunately, we found only a single vial.
Oh. Then we can cure Quark's Radical 6.
So it would seem.
Well, I guess we should head over to the infirmary and see how he's doing. Come on, let's go.
Right behind you.
Are we gonna forget about the ambidex
Should be fine
rooms?
now. It might take some time for him to recover fully, but the worst is over.
Luna's voice was quiet as she stepped back from Quark. She held an injection gun with an empty vial. Delicately, she placed it back in the cabinet. Quark had been laid out on a crud coat and was still sound asleep. His breathing was even, and his expression was peaceful. Of course they will. Dramatic drama is way more important. I guess so. He looked like any other child sleeping soundly after a long day of doing whatever it is children do to amuse themselves. Any trace of insanity he'd shown earlier was nowhere to be found.
Is he really going to be okay?
Yes. We analyzed the vial and confirmed that it was definitely Excelavir. Now that I've administered it...
The Excelavir should eradicate the virus completely given enough time, right?
Yes, that should be the case.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, what a relief.
Things are looking pretty sketchy there for a while, that's for sure.
Yeah. I felt some of the tension disappear from my shoulders and let out a breath I didn't realize I had been holding. We weren't out of... Why with the honking? Why with the honking? We weren't out of the woods yet, but at least Quark was safe.
Ooh.
Then Myoji let out a long, shaky sigh and lowered himself onto one of the empty beds. Still gets me every time. He rubbed his hands wearily across his face, and I thought I saw the glint of a tear.
Alice, you and Kay, I don't know what to say other than thanks. You saved his life. I don't know the words to tell you
Why?
how much
Why?
it means to me.
Ugh.
Oh, please. It was nothing, really. We just happened to be the ones who went through the red door.
Where is Kay? He's not in here.
He's still in the warehouse. Dio and Kay stayed behind.
They went there to wait for you guys while we came back here. We figured someone should explain what was going on so you wouldn't come back to an empty warehouse.
So Dio and Kay were the ones who opened the AB gate?
Not both of them. There was only one door open.
Well, we should get back and tell them how Quark's doing. Kay will want to know at least.
Yeah, you're right. I nodded and headed back toward the other side of the room. I was nearly there when Tenmyoji suddenly spoke.
That's right.
Huh?
You know that memory card we found?
This thing?
Yeah. I think I know how we can take a look at what's on it.
Ooh.
What? You don't remember? There was a memory card just like it that we used to solve the puzzles in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right. There's a slot next to the screen. It should work for this one, too.
Ooh. Oh yeah. There it is. Right. Yeah. Well, let's give it a shot.
Yeah, I want to see what's on it.
Okay, just give me a minute here. I slid the card into the slot next to the screen. No sooner had I done so that an image of a waveform popped on the screen. Imagine, it's just spicy honeymoon memoirs. Oh no!
Is there an audio file on here?
Seems that way, but it seems like he peaked quite a bit.
Why don't we turn up the volume a bit?
Luna tapped a few things on the screen, and the bar began to move across the screen. Before long, a voice drifted out of the speakers. There were speakers?!
This is Control. How's it going over there?
Control. Okay.
Bet you missed the sound of my voice, huh?
Maybe.
Well, I gotta be honest. It's getting pretty lonely over here, too. Feeling kind of like howling at the moon, lone wolf style. Speaking of which, I'm looking at it right now. The old girl is beautiful. Never seen a moon this full. And that color. Whew. Tonight's that eclipse, remember? What a way to end 2028, huh? The moon's this amazing red. If it wasn't so beautiful, it'd be kind of ominous. Wish you guys could see it too, but... sorry, forgot. You're supposed to be on Mars, aren't you?
What? We're on Mars? We're on Mars! What?
So, how are Phobos and Deimos looking right now? Sure hope I'll get to look up at them someday, too. Anyway, over. Hey, something wrong? Talk to me, guys. What? You gonna play hard to get because we haven't talked in so long? Enough jokes, alright? Knock it off.
Well, good thing is that according to this game, humanity still exists in 2028. Yeah. Good thing.
Where are you guys? Is there something wrong with the radio? You're saying everything's green? Well then, what the hell's going on here? Why aren't they responding? No, the video feed's online. Look, you can see all 9 of them, 3 at each table.
Aren't Phobos and Deimos natural satellites of our solar system? I thought they were the moons for Mars.
What? Someone hacked our feed? What do you mean this isn't live? An old clip on repeat? Who would do that? What in the hell is happening here? This is Control. I repeat, this is Control. Please come in. I'm asking you to respond.
Oh boy.
This is...
Oh, thank God. You really had me worried there. What happened?
I think they are for Mars. Sailor Moon taught me that. Nice.
6 of us are... dead.
Oh boy.
What?
Counting myself, there are only 3 left.
How? Why are...
They were killed.
What?
I guess you could say I killed them.
Oh.
No, that's not quite right. Not just them. Not just these 6. All of them. All 6 billion.
What?
Soon, I will have killed 6 billion people.
Are you there? Respond! Damn it. This is Control. I repeat, this is Control. We have an emergency situation. We have an unconfirmed report of 6 deceased test subjects. Deploy rescue and escort teams to the test site immediately. Shit. What the hell happened in there?
Oh boy. Is Is that it?
Yes.
What on earth was that?
Any ideas? I got only frowns and shaken heads in response. Only one person showed a reaction other than stunned confusion. Tenmyoji. Oh no, Tenmyoji! Tenmyoji, what happened? Long after the audio ended, he stared at the screen, deep in thought.
Do you know something, Tenmyoji?
Yeah, I think I know what that was.
Oh.
It's probably a transmission from the Mars mission test site.
Mars? I'm sorry, what? You mean some kind of space travel?
What kind of test site was it?
Did you know that the government is developing spaceships with particle annihilation engines?
Okay, you see, this is why we know it's fake. Because particle annihilation. Obi-Wan Tenmyoji. Oh no! Ooh, I'm so excited for tomorrow's Obi-Wan and Miss Marvel episode. I'm so excited. They're so good so far.
These ships would be able to get humans to Mars a lot faster than old chemical rockets. But they don't want to just send a manned Mars mission off half-cocked. That was the idea behind this test. They built a whole complex on this old Air Force base in Nevada. The idea was that it would be a simulation of a manned mission to Mars with a crew of 9 men and women. They'd monitor the whole thing and use that data to plan the real mission.
So what we just listened to was a transmission from that project?
Yeah.
Why is something like that here?
Don't know why. We found it in the safe. No explanation. Dollars to donuts, it's got something to do with Zero's plan.
Yeah.
You mean we were meant to hear what was on that card?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's all very interesting, but how exactly do you know about all this?
Oh, about the simulated Mars mission?
Yes.
I was involved with the project.
Oh. Involved?
Now, the intent was to create as accurate a simulation as possible. That meant we'd need to simulate the radio silence we'd experienced during conjunction.
What's a conjunction?
It means two things in space are close to each other. In this case, we're talking about a superior conjunction, where Mars and Earth are on the exact opposite sides of the Sun. So unless we've got some sort of relay, there'll be a period of time where we won't be able to communicate with each other. What we heard on that card was when the simulated conjunction was scheduled to end.
That's when they died.
Now, we don't know that. They could have died long before that conversation. All we know is that's when it was discovered.
So 6 of the test subjects died, right?
Yeah.
Well, do you remember what she said? There was something about how she didn't just kill 6 people. She said 6 billion. What the heck did she mean by that?
Just what the hell happened there?
Isn't this the plot of the Doom movie adaptation? I haven't seen it, so I'll believe you guys. I'll believe you. Tenmyoji frowned and looked down at the floor. We were all silent as he paced slowly back and forth across the room. Now we just need shotgun and demon space monsters. Heck yeah. At last, he stopped, raised his head and spoke.
The truth is that there's a chance a virus escaped from the test site.
A virus? Wait, you don't mean...
Yeah. Radical 6.
Oh boy, have you missed a fun dumb action movie? I guessed as much. If you tell me where I can watch it, I'll watch it. I swear I will. Otherwise, you know, emphasis on the dumb. Okay.
What? How can that be?
I'm just telling you what I know, okay? Nobody's sure how Radical 6 got in there in the first place, but one of the subjects might have been infected when they entered. Or the virus itself might have been an intentional part of the simulation.
Oh, an intentional part of the simulation?
The test site deaths became the index case for a pandemic. Anyway, prevailing wisdom says it got out somehow. And once it was out, it spread pretty quick. All across the planet.
And it killed 6 billion people?
No, not directly. Best numbers put only a third or so of those deaths as directly caused by Radical 6.
Hot chocolate. Cheers, everyone. I hope you all enjoy your hot chocolate.
The other 4 billion died from the collapse caused by the deaths of that first third. The whole world just fell apart.
Oh boy. Okay, but this is the question now. If that was 2028 and we were kidnapped a couple of days before on Christmas, I think, 2028? 2027. Then what the heck happened? How did we not know about this whole pandemic thing? How did we not know? That's the question. That's where it is. How did we not know? Damn. A wizard did it. I have a lot of questions. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start knowing where to start. And I'm a PhD student. Well, no. Take that back. Explain that date. Unless I heard this wrong, the day the Radical 6 got out was December 31st, 2028.
Yeah.
But the day I got grabbed by the guy in the gas mask was December 25th, 2028. Heck yeah! Straight to the answers that I was questioning.
Me too. Christmas Day. I was kidnapped on Christmas too.
Clover and I were taken 3 days earlier, on the 22nd.
Yeah.
Then you see what I'm saying, right? That recording was made close to a week after we were all picked up. What the hell is going on here? That thing is from the future.
See.
Oh boy.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Holy fuck.
All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Yes, but without the animatronic lady voice, we wouldn't have more of the story.
We're out of time. We need to go back to the warehouse.
Just as when we would get answers. Of course! This is exactly what they meant. Wait, you haven't answered...
Don't care. I need more than 10 minutes to explain everything.
Oh boy. Okay.
Passing it is just gonna make you more confused. Now get moving.
Fair enough.
That's enough! Shut your damn hole or I'm picking betray!
Oh.
Hey, come on now.
Fine. Do what you want, but I need to get back to the AB rooms. I'd like to stay with Quark. He seems to be doing all right.
Okay.
I'll stay here with him. Fi can do the voting for our pair. I can trust her. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, sure.
Well, if you'd be willing to do that, I'd be much obliged. Thanks, Luna. Take good care of him.
Of course. I'll make sure everything goes fine.
Tenmyoji gave her one last nod, then turned and dashed out of the infirmary. Well, that's that, I guess. We should probably be going too.
Yes. We'll just have to wait to hear the rest of what he has to say later.
I'd rather just get it all out in the open now, but there's not much we can do.
Let's get going then.
Let's get going then. We returned to the warehouse to find only Kay. I explained what had happened with Quark, then glanced around the room. Hey, where's Theo?
He has gone into his AB room.
Already?
Indeed.
Then he opened the first AB gate, right?
That's a motivational quote. Never half-ass anything. Whatever you do, always use your whole ass. This is great. I love it. I love it.
Of course.
This is bad. I won't be able to talk with him. This is going to limit my choices.
You've only got one BP left, don't you?
Yeah. Luna's the same.
If Vi chooses Ally and Dio picks Betray...
Fi and Luna will be penalized.
I don't have a choice. I'll have to pick Betray. The risk with Ally is just too high.
I guess so. Hey Alice, don't you have 1 BP too?
That's right. But Kay and I will be playing against Quark.
And he'll just default to Ally.
Thanks.
I guess you don't need to worry about getting penalized then, huh?
But what if Alice and Kay chooses Betray?
You needn't worry. That will not happen. Even though, as you have told me, Quark is recovering, he is still weak. Moreover, he is only a child.
Oh, he's only a baby.
To betray an innocent child would be...
Yeah, that would be unthinkable. Even if you ignore his age or condition, it's hardly fair to take advantage of someone who can't vote.
So you'll vote to Ally?
Yes.
Of course.
Well then, shall we go?
Yes.
Kay and Alice nodded to one another and disappeared into the AB room, second from the right. Without saying anything, Fi turned and walked into the room just left of theirs. That left only myself, Clover, and Tenmyoji.
Do you remember what you said to me when you chose the blue door? Something about how you'd convince me to choose Ally?
Can we kill Kay already? Me no likey morally based characters in a murder based game. Well, we are not going against Kay, so we don't know. We don't know if we can kill him.
Seems like now would be the time to let me know how you're going to convince me.
Well, it's not that complicated. I promised you that Clover and I will vote Ally. That's it, pretty much.
I see. And you figure I'll believe you because you've only got 1 BP. Once you've told me that you plan to ally, I won't be able to choose Betray. Since, if you're telling the truth...
You'll kill me.
Not a bad plan, but it assumes that I've taken killing you off the table. Seems like a risky bet for you.
I disagree.
And why is that?
Clover's BP is 6. If you ally and we betray, then she has enough points to escape, right? She could run off through the number 9 door as soon as this round is over.
I'd never...
That's easy for you to say. But think about it from my perspective. Sure, you might not, but you also might. If I guess wrong, that's a pretty big loss for me.
Well, what if Clover tries to seduce you to get what she wants?
What?
Huh?
That's just an example. What I'm trying to say is that once you two are in that room, Clover might try and make some sort of bargain with you. I'm asking what you're going to do if that happens. Are you sure you'll still choose Ally?
Seduce me, huh? Seduce me, huh?
Hey! What are you staring at, you perv? There's no way on earth I'd do anything like that! Ugh, as if! In your dreams, creep.
Well, that's that then. Not gonna lie though, I'm a little disappointed.
So I can trust you. You're gonna choose Ally.
Yeah.
You can trust us.
Promise.
Of course.
We promise.
All right. I guess I'll vote Ally too then.
3 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Well, looks like we don't have much time left. I'm trusting you.
Heck yeah. I'm trusting you too. Tenmyoji gave us a curt nod, and then strode into the second AB room from the left. Always kill the moralist. Yep. Right, well, let's get to it. Let's see what happens with Clover this time. I don't think there's a religious one here, but
I wanted to
yeah.
ask you something.
What's up?
Could you pick betray for me?
Oh my god. What?
I mean, I could try and, like, tackle you. But you're so big and strong, you'd probably just throw me on the ground and that'd be it.
Yeah, well,
So I thought I might as well just ask you really nicely. Oh, I mean, I'd be happy to, pay you back. If you just pick betray for me, then I'll listen to anything you say.
Anything?
Yep. Anything. So think carefully, okay? If you choose Ally, you're trusting him with your life.
Yeah, if he chooses betray, it's all over.
Uh-huh.
Clover, what are you doing?
Are you really, really sure you can trust that old fart?
Hey now, that's not very nice.
The only safe choice is to pick betray.
But if he chooses Ally and we don't...
Then I'll have 9 BP. But you don't need to worry about that. Even if I do get 9 BP, I won't just go and open the number 9 door all by myself. I mean, Alice wouldn't have 9 points yet. And I can't leave her behind. Please? Will you pick betray?
20 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Okay guys, so what should we pick? Should we pick Ally? Should we pick betray? Vote now on your phones. The voting machine was in front of me. I didn't have much time left to think. Would I keep my promise to Tenmyoji and pick Ally? Or would I betray him for Clover and...
If you just pick betray for me, then I'll listen to anything you say.
anything. In the end, there was only one possible answer.
3, 2, 1.
Vote has been recorded.
Round 2 of the Ambidex
Horniness
game
is
has
eternal.
been completed.
We're not that cheap? Oh wow.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
I fucking am. Oh wow.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed.
Okay.
Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Wait, where was Alice? Oh. Okay. I mean, yeah, this makes sense because he would have 3. Yeah, he would get 3 points, so he would have 9. Yeah, that makes sense.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Looks like you managed to trust me.
Well, it seems like I made the right choice.
Only did what I said I would.
That's all I have left. Who am I but a simple meat shell of honesty? You really helped me out. Thanks.
I could say the same thing. No need for thanks.
The corner of his mouth twitched into a grin. I felt myself smile a little in response. Clover, on the other hand, looked less than pleased.
That was a bad choice, Sigma. And after I'd told you I'd listen to anything you said. Oh well, whatever.
She sighed heavily, shot me one last annoyed look, and stalked off. Across the room, Dio and Fi were already confronting one another over their own results.
You tried to kill me and Luna. Can't say I'm surprised.
Ah, don't give me that. You know exactly what I was doing. I knew you weren't stupid enough to pick Ally. You'd defend yourself with betray, just like I would. Wait, where's Luna?
In the infirmary, looking after Quark.
Is that where Alice went too?
Alice?
Yep, Alice wasn't there.
No, she went into one of the AB rooms with Kay.
Yes, we did indeed enter together. When the doors opened, however, she left, somewhat unsteadily, in the direction of the cyan door.
Oh boy.
She left the warehouse?
Indeed.
Oh boy.
Without even checking the results?
Correct. There was little reason to check them.
Yeah, it's not like Quark was gonna betray you.
Indeed.
And you two still choose Ally. Man. What a pair of bleeding hearts.
If you say so.
Aww.
Being mocked for my compassion is a small price to pay for retaining my humanity.
Where did Alice run off to?
The cyan door.
While we were in the AB room, she mentioned being quite tired. Perhaps she went to one of the cabins to rest.
Oh, well, I guess that would make sense.
An ominous rumble filled the warehouse.
The Ambidex gates have closed.
Yeah, Alice and her badonkadonks looking sus. Yep. Oh, a stretch one. Okay. Okay, let's stretch. There we go. My back sort of cracked a little bit, which was nice.
Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round.
The Star Round.
Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the Star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times
You stretch
as
your
the
fingers.
players wish to open them.
We can open the gates as many times as we want.
That means the star keys can be used to play the AB game any number of times. If I understood that announcement correctly, that is.
I think so.
Hey, didn't Zero Jr. say something about this?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Who are we gonna be paired with? Yeah, he did. Can you guys still show me your bracelet? I'm all fingers. Oh no. I want to see what all our colors and groups are this time. Within moments, a series of wrists were extended to me to examine. I believe that's just a biblically accurate angel. I thought biblically accurate angel are just 1,001 eyes. Huh? It looks like all the colors are weird. Clover's a cyan pair, and Fi's a magenta pair, and Temyoji's a yellow pair.
The 3 solos are red, green, and blue.
Congrats, he'll drive us all insane! As someone that has talked to him, yes. Like, we've talked in person, and yes, He's gonna drive us insane and he'll murder us, or we'll murder him. You'll need an infinity of fingers to poke an infinity of eyes. Yes, that's true, yeah.
Kay's red, Dio's green, and you're blue.
Then how are we supposed to group up for the chromatic doors? I think they're gonna be white this time.
Oh, yes. Dio told me about them. Very interesting.
Yeah, they're white, all of them.
Depends on the angel, there are all types of appendages. Oh really? I thought there were just billions of eyes. I guess I should just like polish my knowledge of Bayonetta and see more angels.
I had a good look while I was waiting for Sigma to show up down in the warehouse.
You should have seen them then too, Fi.
Yeah, I did. You're talking about the doors in the Floor B warehouse, right?
Yep. So lay it on us. How are these groups going to shake out this time? Fine nodded and began to explain. Option A, Tenmyoji, yellow, and me, blue, would form one group. Phi, magenta, and Dio, green, would form another group. Is that a hint to a Bayonetta playthrough? Wait, I would first need to buy the games because I don't have them, and I have a couple of other games that I want to play before we play Bayonetta. Which, by the way, guys, I'm gonna tell you something very exciting. In a week, it'll be the 21st of June, and it'll be my birthday. It'll be my birthday. Birthday. I'm gonna be an old person. I'm turning 30. So we're gonna stream. I think we're gonna stream something different from this murder game. But I still haven't decided what yet. So just keep an eye out for it. I mean, it's still a regular stream day for us, so it's gonna be fun. Stream. Birthday stream. We're getting old. What day does it land on? On Tuesday. Tuesday the 21st. Tuesday the 21st. Okay.
Huh? Wait, you mean there's only one option?
Yep.
Yeah. There's no other way we can group up to make white. Alice, Luna, and Quark aren't here to show us their bracelets, so we don't know for sure what their colors are. But it's pretty clear they'll all be pairs, since none of the pairs here have a partner.
So there'll be yellow, magenta, and cyan, right?
Right.
Alright, what now? We've got plenty of time until those white doors open.
Yeah, about an hour it looks.
I'm gonna go find Alice.
Of course.
Gather those tequila shots, baby! I would, but we bought a cava instead of tequila, and I also have to work the next Wednesday, so I don't want to work with a hangover. If I were working back office, I wouldn't mind too much because, like, I'll probably be able to do all my work and then sleep forever. But I'm not working back office. I'm still working customer service. Which reminds me, I don't know if I said it on stream, but I got a position for back office in Amazon. We don't know when it starts yet, but back office in Amazon. Heck yeah. Work drunk. Oh no.
I'll come with you then.
Clover gave her a shrug, and the two of them headed out through the cyan door.
Do I really need to say it?
The infirmary, right? You're going to go check on Quark?
Yeah.
He gave me a nod and trotted out through the yellow door. Clover and Alice will die next. No! That left only three of us, Theo, Kay, and myself. Also, hopefully you guys aren't getting nasty rainstorms like we are. We are! We really are. They don't get too nasty because I live to the west of the country. But yeah, sometimes we get brownouts, and yeah, like today it was also very cold. Well, not very cold. It was like 23, 22, 23 degrees Celsius, but the wind chill was cold. And that's really what matters in our countries. Not the rain, but the wind chill. Give me a second. I have some. Or do I have to get new glasses now? Are these smudges, or are they? Okay, there are smudges. But sometimes we are getting very bad thunderstorms. It got to the point that the owners of the building that I'm living in are having to work the roof all over again to impermealizar. I don't know how to say that word in English. To basically waterproof it again, because it was taking too much damage. So, yeah. Okay. My glasses are very dirty, and I washed them, I cleaned them this morning. Probably need to get new glasses and like proper cleaning formula, because these are also very scratched now. Which means I have to go to the ophthalmologist and get my eyesight checked. Probably 1,001 eye drops. We've been getting hail lately, and oh boy, is it pleasant sounds when it's hitting all our trash bins. Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head over to the lounge and have a drink.
Oh.
You wanna tag along, Kay?
Are you making fun of me? I find it rather hard to drink with this mask on.
Ah, right, of course. My bad.
My bad.
Well, I'm out. Later.
With a lazy wave of his hand, Theo slouched off toward the magenta door. Took me a moment to realize Kay was following him. What? What?
Hey, what is this? You following me?
No, you must be mistaken. I hope to investigate Floor B further. There are still several rooms I haven't visited.
Okay, you don't have to tell me your life story.
Oh my god, Dio, I hate you.
See ya.
Their conversation ended as they reached the door and stepped through it. The critter upstairs has got the zoomies. Alright, what should I do?
Tonight's that eclipse, remember? What a way to end 2028, huh?
Of course. I need to get the rest of the story out of Tenmyoji. The words were scarcely out of my mouth before I set off at a dead run down the hallway towards the infirmary. Deo never grew up from being the fastest kid in 2nd grade. Oh no! Nobody here. The room was completely empty. I edged forward and peeked around the partition. There he was, Tenmyoji. He was standing next to Quark, apparently oblivious to my presence, looking down at something in his hand. A picture? I must have made some small noise because he suddenly looked up, saw me, and hastily shoved the photo back into his pocket. What was that? Nobody's gonna miss the MC either. I mean, he is an asshole from what we've seen, so I don't think so either. It was a photo of something, right? Was it yours?
Forget it. It's got nothing to do with you.
But all of the stuff we had with us when we got grabbed was taken away. Why were you hiding it?
Why should I tell all of you about one measly photo?
Anyway, where's Luna?
I asked her to leave. I wanted to be alone with Quark for a bit. So, why are you here?
I wanted to hear the rest.
The rest of what? What the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about the simulated manned mission to Mars. We heard that recording about
I
it.
don't have any idea what you're talking about.
What?
I'm getting old. Memory's not what it used to be.
Temioji?
Seem to be forgetting a lot of stuff lately.
Hey, nice try, pal, but you're not getting away with it this time. You remembered something, alright. You remember so much, you told me it'd take way more than 10 minutes to tell it all.
You really sure you want to know?
Yes!
Maybe I'll tell you, and then you'll regret it.
I don't
Maybe
care.
I wish you'd kept your fool mouth shut. Just think about all the hopes you've got for the future, and all the happy memories of your past. What if what I have to tell you makes everything you've ever believed ring hollow, and the whole world just crumbles around you? You sure you want that?
Hey, come on. You don't need to threaten me.
This isn't a threat. I'm being honest here. Are you really, truly prepared?
Well, of course. I never got the chance to say I am. Before I could, Fi exploded into the room, her face a mixture of anxiety and fear.
Good. There you are. Alice is...
What?
Look, just come with me, all right? She's in the number 2 cabin.
Without waiting for a response, Fi spun around and ran back out of the room. Tenmyoji and I exchanged a quick, confused look, then leapt up and took off after her. Oh. Oh. Alice. The first thing I saw when I stepped through the door was the blossom of red on her chest. It felt as if I'd walked straight into a brick wall. I stopped short, my body refusing to move. No. Why did this happen? I forced one shaking foot forward, then the next. My legs began to buckle, and I put a hand against the wall to steady myself as my heart thundered in my chest. Calm down. Calm down. This looks pretty bad, but you don't actually know anything yet. Yeah, that's right. Maybe it's not too late. Maybe we can still save her. Then, at last, I pressed my finger to her neck, and those hopes were dashed. No pulse. Clearly, she wasn't breathing either. Her pupils had dilated hideously, making her face seem somehow inhuman. No. No, it's not true. Why? Then I noticed that all the blood must have distracted me from if... You know what? I'm gonna take a drink of water. There we go. Water. All the blood must have distracted me, but now I saw that there was a scalpel buried in her chest. Judging by the position of its handle, she had been stabbed through the heart. I felt sympathetic twinge of pain in my own chest, and my stomach lurched. Bile and hopelessness rose up in my throat. I stood, hands balled tightly into white-knuckled fists, and took a deep breath. All around the room were the rest of the Nonary Games participants, except, of course, for Quark. I wanted to ask which of them had killed her. Even if it had been one of them, though, there was no way they'd answer. All I could do was stare at each one of them in turn, asking myself, is this person a murderer? The looks they traded with one another suggested that I wasn't the only person wondering if they were standing next to a killer. An unsettling silence filled the room. Clover was the first to speak.
Who did this?
Okay, so I know Clover from the previous game, and I don't think that Clover would murder Alice. That's all I'm saying. I don't think that Clover would murder Alice.
Say something! Answer me! Please, Clover, calm down. We don't even know if she was killed. Then what happened? An accident? You think a scalpel just dropped from the ceiling and stabbed her?
Cool it, kid.
You did it, didn't you?
Are you nuts?
Then who did it? Who killed her?
Clover, even if we assume that she was murdered, that doesn't necessarily mean the killer was one of us, does it?
Wait a minute. You went into the AB room with Alice during the last round, didn't you? Something happened in there, didn't it?
No, nothing happened.
Don't lie to me! There's no way Alice would just run off like that! She wouldn't leave me! Something happened! If she was going to leave, she'd tell me! She...
Hey, Clover.
You're just bloodthirsty. Well, we had our first death, so it's going well.
Don't you think just assuming Alice was murdered is jumping the gun a little bit?
How can you look at her and say that? Scalpels don't just stab people all by themselves! Oh, I see. I see. I get it now. You're all in on it, aren't you? It wasn't just one killer. It was 6! No wonder you're so anxious to say this wasn't a murder.
Clover, please, just settle down.
Fine. Show me some proof then. Prove to me in 10 seconds that you didn't murder my friend, or I'm going to kill every last one of you bastards! You're all
That
going
sounds
to
like her.
die just like she did!
Hey, hold on a minute.
9, 8, 7, Clover! 6, 5, 4,
Clover!
3, 2, 1!
And then we all died. Dun dun dun. Okay. Okay, so we got here. We could do a couple of things. We could go over here and choose betray. We could go over here and choose the other door. We could go over here and choose betray. Betray, other door, other door. So, one... Alright, we could also go over here and choose betray. I have a feeling that there's more colors in this, because we've already picked all of these ones. What is she gonna do? Stare at everyone menacingly until someone loses their mind? Oh my god. Oh my god, you guys. Let's see. Let's see. We could also actually go back here and choose betray. But you ain't afraid of no shorty? Oh wow. But I think we're gonna go back here. We're gonna jump there. And we're gonna choose...
Hey, It's almost time. What are you gonna pick? If you aren't going to do it, then
No, I'm fine. I'll do
You're
it.
gonna choose betray, right?
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Alright. Take it away.
30 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
I stood in front of the selection screen and took a deep breath. This was it. I ran over my options one last time. There was only one possible choice. We're gonna choose ally.
Round 1 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
It's the Oblast. They put me in a certain mood. I get it.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation.
Okay. We did that? Okay, we did choose Betray in that one and this one. Okay, there we go.
Ambidex gates now opening.
Okay, we're looking at nothing that we've seen before. Heck yeah! Okay, we can skip through that.
What the hell were you thinking? Did you hear anything I said?
Yeah, I was. And yeah, I did. That's why I chose ally. Cajeta. You told me that unless we were sure Alice would choose ally, we had to vote betray. That means that if we do know Alice is going to pick ally, we can too.
So you're sure you know what she voted?
Yeah, I guarantee Alice chose ally.
How do you know that?
I just know. Guess you could say I just know.
You making fun of me?
Yes.
Yo, what's up?
Okay, let's put it in auto.
Siggy! But no! Hey, what are you kids doing over there? We're about to announce the results.
Let's go. We'll find out if you made the right choice.
Alright.
Good.
What's that?
Looks like you're all here. Finally. Let's get ready to rock! Ambidex game!
I love him.
Round 1! The results!
If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
It's creepy, but I love him. Betray an ally. Oh no! She betrayed us? What the heck?
Here are the results from your game. Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelets.
Hey, Alice, what the hell is this?
Excuse me? I just made the most rational choice. The best way to minimize risk and maximize reward in this situation is to choose betray. Anyone who thinks otherwise is, well, an idiot.
But last time you chose ally for this round. So, I was sure you... That's why I... No, why...
Wait a minute. Last time? What on earth are you talking about?
I thought you said you were sure. Thanks to you, now our BP is down to 1.
I take it Sigma was the one who made the decision?
Yeah.
Is that so? Well, he must be awfully naive. Who bets on a complete stranger like that?
I agree.
Oh boy. God damn it. I set my jaw and slumped away from Alice and Fi. My hands had balled themselves into fists, but my throat was tight and my eyes stung. Why? Why had she done it? We don't know yet if he time travels or not. Quarkdew and Luna's group, on the other hand, seemed calm. almost happy.
Thank you. I'm so happy you chose Ally.
No problem.
Well, to tell you the truth, Mr. Dio wanted to pick Betray.
What?
Hey!
Mr. Dio told me to pick Betray so that we could get 3 points. He said we could escape together. If we betrayed you, then we'd have 6 BP. And then, if we betrayed someone in the next round, we'd have 9.
Oh. Dio, is this true?
No, that's not what happened at all.
Mm.
I lied. That was a joke. Mr. Dio would never do something like that.
Uh-huh.
Was it joke?
Yeah. Man, you really had me going there.
I really surprised you, huh?
Quark is...
So you really were planning to choose Ally all along? Thank you. Thank you very much.
I don't know, Quark is just weird.
We only did what anybody else would do. Right, Mr. Dio?
Yeah.
You were weird.
I understand. I guess I just haven't had enough time to earn your trust, huh?
I suppose you could say that. I just didn't really expect you to be so nice about it.
It looked like there had been some sort of argument between Clay, Clover, and Clanmyoji. Although whatever it seemed was to have resolved itself amicably.
Zero, when does the next round start?
What makes you think we'll be having another round?
Well, you said round 1. If there's a round 1, then there's likely a round 2.
Besides, didn't you say the goal of the AB game was to get 9 BP? That's impossible without a second round.
Oh, yeah. I guess you got a point. You're right. There will be a second round.
When?
I don't know.
Why not?
The voting happens when an AB gate opens.
It is Dio, yeah.
They're already open.
Right, you are. So, let me just close them.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 2 of the Ambidex game will be the Moon Round. Moon cards will be required to open the gates.
Moon cards? Does that mean we can't use these cards anymore since they've got suns on them?
Yes, indeedy. Now,
You'll have to look for cards with moons on them.
So, how many times do we play the AB game?
I don't know. As many times as you need to. It's anybody's guess how long it'll go. But I plan on keeping this party going until somebody opens the number 9 door.
So it's over when someone gets 9 BP.
Nope. As long as that person doesn't open the number 9 door, the game goes on!
Of course. You could also get stuck just below 9 BP, where every bunny just keeps going back and forth, winning and losing points. After all, if there's no bunny with 9 BP, the door can't open.
I cannot unsee Zero Jr. as Tiny Tina. Ooh, yeah, actually, I don't know who Zero Jr. is voiced by. Zero Jr. Voice actor. Cindy Robinson. She... She's Roxanne in Reign of the Conqueror. Chiyaku Matsuda in Marmalade Boy. Sakuno Ryusaki in Prince of Tennis. A lot of people in Bleach. She is Queen Beryl and Berthier in the Viz dub of Sailor Moon. Oh, I didn't know that there was a Superman Red Sun. She is Lois Lane and Brainiac in that one. She's Amy Rose in Sonic Boom. She's like a lot of people. Okay, let's see. Here are the video games. She's Makoto Nanaya in the Blaze Blue series. She's several characters in Final Fantasy XIII. Amy Rose in Sonic Generations. Amy Rose in Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games in London. Someone from Xenoblade Chronicles X. She is Helen Cullen in Street Fighter V. Seems to be the current voice of Amy Rose, because she is said to be Amy Rose in a lot of things. Oh, interesting. She doesn't... Virtuous / Reward is not in here? Huh. Behind the voice actors does say that it is Cindy Robinson, so I'm gonna believe Cindy Robinson then. Yeah, she's not Ashley Birch. Though Ashley Birch is fantastic and I love her.
If that happens, you'll just have to continue on to round 3, and round 4, and round 5. Round 100, round 2000, you might even go all the way up to round 24,009,004,897. Although, I really, really hope it doesn't come to that.
Like, we've heard that so many times that I can just, you know, I can't just not laugh. I can hear Amy in that Psycho Bunny. Yeah, me too. Also, I want to point something out. Once more, we are not in this picture. We are not there.
I don't know. Can you?
There are rules about who can go into the secondary doors, right? Like, you have to have 3 people exactly?
Yeah? So?
Well, what about the number 9 door? Are the rules the same? Have we heard this already? Yeah, we have. So, let's go.
If I had to guess, I'd say it's going to be Tenmialdi. Or Siggy. Oh, or maybe Fido.
Might die during the next round of the AB game. Okay.
Or maybe everyone?
Ooh. Everyone.
What?
Why?
I guess I can tell you why.
Oh.
Anyone whose BP drops to 0 gets penalized, just like when you break the rules.
I'm pretty sure I already told you what the penalty is.
Yeah.
I see. Phi Sigma and I only have 1 BP. That means we'd have less than 0 if we lost 2 points.
Oh, because Alice betrayed us. I took a moment to go over everything in my head. The AB game would continue until someone opened the number 9 door, and I think we know all of this. She was having way too much fun voicing this, yeah. And this is where we go back. This is what we look like. And we are going to the lounge. It's the same thing as before. Interesting. And we're going to the infirmary.
Oh, Sigma.
Okay. Alice?
What's up with your face? You look like you just saw a roach.
I wonder.
Are you still angry?
Yeah. I'm teetering on the brink of the abyss, thanks to you.
I didn't have a choice. I'm just trying to get out of here like we all are.
And that's enough to justify screwing someone else over?
That's not what I meant, and you know it. If I'd known for sure that you were going to choose Ally, then I would have chosen Ally too.
Easy for you to say that now.
What? Am I such a horrible person for wanting to get out of here? I have to get out of here. There's so many things I still want to do.
Like what?
Well, let's see. I want to wear lots of gorgeous clothes. I want to eat tons of delicious food and fall in love.
What an idiot.
Oh my god, sorry. That laugh was too loud. I cannot. Oh my god.
Excuse me?
And I was going to take your side, but after that load of horse shit, you're on your own.
Ugh. Look. Let me try this again. I'm frustrated. But there really is something important I have to do.
Which is? Ooh, she's not gonna tell us. But we know, if you've been here in all streams, she wants to avenge the death of her family.
Avenge my father's murder.
Oh, there we go. She did tell me.
That's what I have to do.
What happened to him? Could you elaborate on that?
No, I couldn't. This isn't the kind of thing I should be telling people I don't even know.
Well then. Fine. Just tell me one thing. Does your father's murder have anything to do with us being trapped here?
I have no idea. As to why you're here, your guess is as good as mine. But it's possible that his death is connected to my abduction.
Meaning?
I was on their trail. I was tracking down the people who killed him.
Oh boy.
How close were you?
I can't say. But it's possible that I was getting close enough that they decided something had to be done with me.
Oh boy. Are you a detective?
Well, I wouldn't really say I'm a detective. Not a bad guess, though. Why are you guys looking at me like that?
Well, I mean, you don't really have the detective look.
I didn't say I was a detective.
I think we've already... Yeah, we've already had this. Okay. This is where we learned that he is a circus performer and stuff like that. We don't know what he... I don't think we... I don't think Tenmyoji says... Well, for starters, that cleavage. I don't think so. Tenmyoji. What did Tenmyoji say he did? That makes you feel better. Which would be in elementary school. Right. I'm still working on my degree. I'm shooting for a PhD, but I'm not quite there yet. Before we see you two know each other. What's your relationship? Oh, you're just a garbage collector. I don't believe him now that we learned that he was part of the simulation to the manned operation to Mars.
I see. Right. Later, bro.
Later, bruh. Okay. I headed out to the infirmary. And oh, right, yeah. Yeah, it was... Okay. This is the first time I've heard the term Radical 6. Was that true, though? Was that really the first time I'd heard it? I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd heard Radical 6 somewhere before. But where? And why?
If it is true, then I worry about what might be happening to the world outside. Is there a pandemic raging on the other side of these walls?
Yes, there is. And people think that it's over, so they are not wearing their masks, and oh my god. Anyway. Clover's voice shattered the silence.
You guys! Hurry! You need to come with me!
Has something happened?
Yes! I mean, sort of. I mean, we found something.
Oh?
What did you find?
It's horrible. It's really scary.
Horrible?
Oh, never mind. Just shut up and follow me. You'll understand when you see it.
Okay. So last time we went through this route, we found, yeah, we dropped the mess, and it's a fiesta of people not caring anymore. Yeah. So last time we went through here, one of these two were bombs. We found a bomb somewhere, but I don't remember. Yeah.
It's right over here in the next room. Just follow me.
Clover was the first into the room, followed quickly by me, Kay, and Quark. She said nothing, just pointed under the bed. The three of us crouched down and followed her finger. There it was. What the hell is this?
I think it's a bomb.
Bomb? Bomb? And here we are again.
So, thank you, Sigma.
We've already seen this. So there's a bomb again. Before, there was no bomb. There were only people dying. Now there's a bomb again. I wonder what this is all about. And now we go back. And we choose...
doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
And hope you get your frivolous asshole and hope you experience how Rona feels. I got sick, but I got sick after the vaccine, and it still was very bad for me. Like, I got migraines, I got a fever, and it lasted like 2-3 weeks. And now I don't know if my issues of, like, how to explain it, my issues of like brain fog and stuff like that is because of side effect of the Rona, or it's just my regular mental health problems. So, you know, I don't want to say anything. X-Men Days of Future Past. I watched that movie the other day. Oh my god, it's such a bullshit movie.
The doors have opened.
We need to figure out who's going where and fast.
So our options this time are...
We don't have time to wait for you to figure it out. Just pay attention. I'm only gonna say this once.
I laid out our options. Okay, where are we? Here. Option A, Luna and I pair up with Clover. Tenmyoji and Dio pair up with Alice. Kay and Quark pair up with Fi. Like their mind goes to the past, yeah. Option B, Luna and I pair up with Fi. The thing is, that does happen in the comics. No, I believe you. I believe that it does. Like, it's not something, like, I don't read the comics too often, and I also don't have the money to keep buying them, so I have to find them through free libraries and stuff. But yeah, I know that that does happen in the comics. It's not, like, the most fantastic thing ever. So weird. Tenmyoji and Dio pair up with Clover. Kay and Quark pair up with Alice. Or Luna and I pair up with Alice. Tenmyoji and Dio pair up with Fi. Kay and Quark pair up with Clover. And they're gonna say something like, "Oh, I'm not going to pair up with this person. I will say no to that pair." Okay, how are we going to do
We need a
this?
system here, or we'll never have time to argue it out. Why don't we let the people who are at the most disadvantage right now decide?
The most what?
People who only have 1 BP.
So us. Oh, so that would be me, you, and Tenmyoji.
No way. I refuse.
Well, you chose Betray, so you get no option. Then what would you suggest?
Be fair and take a vote.
A vote? So we all just like erase our hands for the option we want?
Exactly.
So which one do you want, Alice?
Option C. I want to go with Sigma and Luna.
Huh. So you can betray us again? Tough. Pick something else.
My. Looks like you're not so fond of me anymore. Do you agree with him, Luna?
I'll just let Sigma decide.
Oh, she's a cutie.
Fine.
I'd like option C too. Clover and I were a pair for the first round, so I feel that I can trust her. What about you, Quark?
That's fine with me.
So that's 3 votes for option C, counting mine. How about the rest of you?
I'd like to pair up with Sigma and Luna too.
Okay, so option B then. I like to go with Fi. You good with that, Luna?
Sure. I really don't mind.
Then we've got 3 votes for option B.
I'd like to go with option A.
Option A. You want to pair up with Alice? You're a strange duck.
How about you, Tenmyoji?
I don't mind going with option A.
Luna is very innocent looking. Exactly what the murderer would want.
1 minute remains until chromatic doors close.
So 2 votes for A, 3 votes for B, and C. If Clover's vote doesn't decide this thing, we're gonna have to figure something else out.
Which one do you want, Clover?
I want to go with option C. Quark chose Ally in the first round, and I was with Kay in the first round.
Then that's what we're doing.
Option C had won 4 votes. We were almost out of time, and I didn't exactly have the convincing argument. I was going to have to go with the majority.
10 seconds remain until...
But she's a
chromatic doors
sweetheart! That reminds me, I started watching this vampire, like Monster Hunter gay drama on Netflix. And one of the characters calls the main character Sweet Little. And I just... Every time that they do that, even though they're siblings and, you know, whatever, every time that they do that, I just kind of like, oh my god, this is so uncomfortable for me. But I really enjoy it, because I really like my gays. I really like my gays. So yeah. Also, I really like the vampire hunter type thing. But, you know, I still haven't grown out of my teenage years somehow.
9, 8, 7.
My gaze.
The doors are closing.
The show is called, it's on Netflix. And the show is called First Kill. First Kill. It's very interesting so far. Really like it.
Let's go.
Heck yeah, let's go. Come on, Luna, hurry up. We've gotta get to the blue door.
Right.
I heard about it. It just, I've only seen 2 episodes so far. And it's just, I thought you were going to say Castlevania and I wouldn't even be mad. I have binge watched Castlevania like 5 times already. I love it. And I'm so excited for Nocturne. I'm so excited that we're gonna have a new Castlevania. It's gonna be awesome. I'm so excited. I looked over my shoulder in time to see the others disappearing into their doors. Clover, Quark, and Kay had ended up with the red door. Did you see? Yes, I saw the teaser for Richter. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. Everyone that I follow on Twitter is like, oh my god, yes, it's Richter. And if you actually see how he looks, he is a combination of Trevor and Sypha, and it's just like, perfect. Perfect. I love it. I love it. Anyway, and Fideo and Tenyoji had gone to the green door.
2, 1, 0.
Time's up.
Chromatic doors closing.
He's so cool they raid earthquakes after him. Huh? There are 3 doors here.
It looks like they're all locked, though.
Yep.
Does that mean this is just a dead end?
Well, there's a weird lever thing over here.
Try pulling it.
How about you try pulling it?
Hey, what's with all this hostility? Are you still mad about the last AB game?
With a shade for that horrible pun. I think, so this is the thing. I think I attract people with horrible puns. Because that's exactly it. Oh, give me a second. I seem to not have done this. I am laughing heartily at my own joke. Yeah, I know you would be. Okay, there we go here, there we go here. Thank you. Thank you for updating everything. Now close that in here. That actually reminds me, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, or it was on Sunday. Anyway, one of these days, Ed was saying that it was raining so loud that he couldn't hear anything, and I'm like, no, your brain is so loud. I can't hear your thought. I can't hear your thoughts. And he's just like, stop stealing my jokes. And he's like, I'm supposed to be the punny one. It's so funny. But then everyone that knows me, also knows I'm really punny. Yes, Firi, stop. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Of course I am.
Please don't fight. We need to work together, or we're really going to be in trouble.
We don't need another Amy Schumer. No, don't worry. I'm Hispanic, so I cannot be Amy Schumer.
Please.
Ugh.
Very well. I'll pull the lever then. Is that okay?
Yeah, go right ahead. See if I care.
And which door opens this time? Bee garden. Ooh, we're going to the garden. One of the doors opened.
But only one.
Yep, only
I
one.
wonder how you open the other ones.
Who cares? We should get moving.
I care. We should actually figure that out. I got bad puns for days. Just let me know. I know you have. I'm still reveling on the days in which we were both discussing loudly about books and arguing. And our manager and all the SMEs would just turn to look at us and it's like, what the fuck is wrong with these two? Good times. What is this place? Don't tell me we somehow managed to get outside.
I doubt it. Look up. There's a ceiling up there.
Yeah, I remember the door said bee garden or something. What's a bee garden?
It probably stands for something. Maybe beautiful?
Oh, Luna, you're so cute. Huh.
This feels like a whole other little world.
Yeah, it really does. And the music, actually. He couldn't complain we got the job. Ah, no, yeah. Yeah. We were both... It was either that, or we both fell asleep for a bit, and then we started working again. The good old days. Like an oasis in the middle of all this metal.
I feel kind of weird saying this, considering where we are, but this place feels so liberating. All of this green. It's wonderful.
The worst part about it is that he couldn't complain because we also pick up the slack from everyone else. So we got our job done and a little bit more sometimes. So good old days. Good old days.
It's huge though. We'll wear ourselves ragged trying to search the whole thing.
This must be the exit. Damn. Well, so much for this being easy. It's locked.
We should split up and look around.
Agreed.
Well, let's get to it then. Let's get to it. We're gonna seek a way out. The thing is that I just remembered most of our discussions over books. And everyone like, what the fuck is wrong with them? We're going to have to cross the water to get over there. Please be careful. If you slip, you could fall into the stream. The hell does Luna has on her neck? A cage fake verb? Yeah, I think so. Clicking the blue arrow will move you from the current area to an adjacent one. Oh, well, that was like 2 years ago. That was like 3 years ago, actually. Okay. There are 3 red buttons on the panel. I pushed them, but nothing happened. Do you think they're broken? Maybe. You just need to press them in a specific order. Oh, in a specific order? 3... No, it's 2, 3, 23 is number 1. 3, 2, 1. I think maybe, okay, maybe the order is somewhere else. Ooh, look, a key! There's something next to my foot. It's a bronze key. Aw, look at that. We don't say years ago anymore. We said that was X-Pac pains ago. Oh no! A small copper key. Probably goes in a keyhole. I mean, what else do you do with a key? Oh look, a shovel! It's not rusty at all. Maybe keeping it in the shed kept it from rusting? This had to be for digging stuff up. I can't think of any other use for it. What about digging holes for bodies? Oh no. I'm guessing. Yeah, there we go. I remember when my knees didn't crack like a glowing stick, so about 15 years ago. Oh, that's so sad. Ooh. Hey, it's a paprika. No, that's a pepper. Probably a bell pepper. Paprika is what you call the spice you make from them. Oh, I didn't know paprika was from a bell pepper. Oh, interesting. Oh, huh. Why is that split in half? I'm not sure. Wait, is there something in there? Yeah. Let me take a look. Ooh, a yellow coin. I didn't think a colored coin would be made of metal. You can get lots of different colored coins by using different alloys. I saw a 5-cent coin made from brass once, and a 10-cent coin made from bronze. I've seen people using metal detector to search for coins on those shows where they hunt for treasures. Yeah, I guess if coins are metal, that would make sense. A pepper split in half. This is where we found the yellow coin. The coin was inside the pepper, right? Maybe there's things in the other vegetables too. Okay, that's still there. Do you think there might be coins in these tomatoes? A casino chip though. Yeah, I agree. Maybe, but there are an awful lot of them. Maybe all of them, and they all look the same. But cheaters need to gamble? No! Don't gamble. If only we had a way to tell which tomatoes had coins in it. Oh. Some planted onions. You think there might be a coin in one of them? Cucumber. Cucumber. These cucumbers are so long. Do you think there might be a coin in one of them? Maybe we should just go through one by one. That's not a good idea. There's got to be something we could use to make it easier. Okay. So they're telling us there's something that we could do. It's just a flower pot. My back is hurting again. Ugh. Yeah. There's nothing special about it at all. Wait, don't people usually hide their house keys under a flower pot or in the mailbox? They do? Just trust me. I'm sure there's something underneath there. Ooh, another key. The silver key. A small silver key. Probably goes in a keyhole. I mean, what else do they do with key? But if I gamble money, I won't be lacking money anymore. Or you will be severely in debt. Okay, let's see. Let's see what else. Ooh. Bird's eye view of the garden. It's kind of like a map. What's on the right? It looks like a box. I think it's a treasure chest. It's connected to the drawing above, see? Alright, let's figure this out. This is a treasure chest, right? And this is an island? There aren't any islands in here though. Something green growing on... There's something green growing on the top. Yeah, but there's grass everywhere in here. Maybe it's something else? Well, let's look for something with green on top. A copper treasure chest is near something with... that's covered in something green. Okay. So I guess we're gonna do one at a time. Joey Willa. Heck yeah. Oh, we didn't get this. A metal rod. A metal shaft. The tip has an octagonal hole. It looks kind of like a wrench. Yep. We didn't really search here. I don't think that'll fit. We need something that's the right shape to fit that hole. Oh, shoot. I thought it looked like it was about the right size. Okay. Hello, mushroom. This tree. Okay, let's take out the large shovel. Okay, let's dig here. Oh, it's silver lid! Okay, let's combine this. No, not with that, with this. Ooh, a doubly torn scrap of paper. The piece of paper I got out of the silver box. 2 opposing edges on it are torn. Okay. Let's move back to the shovel. Sometimes I have to... Alright, let's try digging here. And this would be the bronze one. Yeah. I'm sorry, I clicked out of the game there for a second. The piece of paper I got out of the copper box. One edge is rough like it was torn. Okay, there we go. Well, 2 pieces of paper make this. But it looks like there's still a piece missing. A piece missing! And we still have more to look for. What did they say? Oh, right, that was a mushroom. So we need to go find flowers for the gold one. An SAT sheet. Don't remind me. I don't want to be reminded. Okay, what if we shovel? Can we? Okay, no, we can't shovel here. Look, it's a metal detector. This is... It looks like a tombstone. Oh. Tufui Egoerix? Oh. The people buried here are Mr. Tufui and Mr. Egoerix? Oh my god. What? Well, that's what it says. Tufui Egoerix. That's an epitaph. Something that they feel represents them, or just a phrase they liked. What does that mean? Beats me. Any idea, Luna? It looks like it's Latin, but I don't know what it means either. Did you see this? It looks like there's a keyhole here near the bottom. You're right. Found the metal detector. Ooh. It looks like there's some sort of tile mosaic at the bottom of the pond. A lion. Yeah. Looks like a lion, alright. No, we need the large shovel. I'm sorry, calla lilies. Skunk cabbage? What? No, I thought they were calla lilies. Poor thing. It's never done anything to you. Don't worry, I'll replant them. I'll replant it when it's done. And the gold box. Looks as the soil was disturbed recently. Well, what? Is that a Japanese silkova? They can grow over 20 meters. So this one's pretty young. Does that mean it'll break through the ceiling eventually? Then maybe we can use it to escape. Hey, that's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that? Oh, I know. Because it's idiotic. Oh god. Oh boy. Metal scale. There's a plate on each side. On the right plate, gold key. And on the left plate, a small knife. This looks like a paring knife. What's that? It's a knife you use for small, delicate work, like deveining shrimp, but you can use it pretty much to cut anything. That's awesome. You know all about cooking and stuff. But Alice just cuts things with her bare hands. I guess it's time I showed you just how good I am at cooking things. I think I'll start by cooking you. Sorry. And the other thing that we found, the gold key. A small golden key. Probably goes in a keyhole. I mean, what else do you do with a key? And now we combine this with this. So cooking method's not the same as cooking pasta? Oh my god. This piece of paper has 7 red dots and an arrow running down the left edge. Maybe we're supposed to read this in the direction of the arrow. It looks like dots are either middle, left, or on the right. Okay, yeah, but what do we use it for? Ooh! A piece of metal. Ah, that's what we needed for the other thing. I think this is part of something. Part of here kind of looks like a butterfly. Yeah, I can see that. Like wings. The other side is sort of an octagonal shape. Okay. Well, we did get the metal detector that we needed, so let's go ahead and use it. Oh, the metal detector seemed to be responding to this tomato. Alright, grab it. Okay. Did it react to any of the others? No, just this one. Here you go. Okay. There aren't any coins made of metal? Aren't the coins made of metal? You've got the perfect way to find them. Don't— oh, right, I have the tomato. I hate it when the game does this. Oh, this one. It's reacting to this onion. How did they get that in the tomato? Don't question it. Alright, let's dig it up. That was the only one that got a reaction, right? Oh, look! The metal detector is reacting to this one. A posture check? Okay. Feet planted on the ground. Back straight. Yeah, there we go. Better posture now. Okay, can you grab that one then? Right. Did any of the others cause any reaction? No, just this one. Here you go. Okay, and I think the metal detector is gone, yeah. And now, we combine this with this. Ooh, it's a red coin. So I'm guessing if we combine this with this, it's gonna be a green one. Heck yeah, see? I am smart. I am S-M-A-R-T. And this one will be orange. Oh. I was expecting that. I was actually expecting that. Because the inside of that onion is actually white, so. A white coin I found in an onion. A greenish coin I found in a cucumber. And a reddish coin I found in a tomato. Okay. The other thing I do want to do is combine this. Okay. And now we go. Sweet! We can gamble big time now! Yeah, we can. Let's do it. Oh no, I have to really go all the way there. Like this. Okay. What a nice stream. It's too bad there aren't any fish. You know what? We didn't check if there's anything this way. No. Okay. Okay, there's nothing in that vine. The handle fits perfectly into the hole on the wall. Good. Now try turning it. We turn it. When I turned the handle, it got dark. Looks like the light up there went down. Maybe that light was sort of a surrogate sun? If that's the case, it didn't just get dark, it became nighttime. So the garden needs nighttime? I guess so. Or maybe there's some hidden meaning in switch from night to day? Let's go see if anything changed now that it's dark. If we want it to be afternoon again, all we have to do is turn the handle, right? Okay. Oh, they even made a waterfall. Hold on. Doesn't it look like there's just something built into the rocky wall behind the waterfall? Yeah, the walkway does go under it, doesn't it? I wonder what's back there. We can't get through. Oh. You're gonna make me turn off the waterfall? Ooh, look! Star. Hey, look at that. Aren't these stars? Maybe the idea was when night falls, the stars come out. Don't go chasing waterfalls. I will! Don't go chasing waterfalls. Green and red. Star showed up once night fell. I wonder if there's any significance to that. This star is purple. It's so small and cute. So far I found one star. Okay. So I'm guessing we have to find all the stars. This one's blue. I feel like I could just reach out and grab it. How romantic. Well, I am a woman. It looks a little large for me to carry though. So far I found 2 stars. This star is yellow. The size, shape, and color are all exactly what I'd expect from a star. I guess you could say that this is a typical star. I would say it's mid-sized. 3 stars. No creepypastas. And then the tiny green one. This star looks pretty green. That's a pretty small star. I'm impressed you even saw it. So far I found 4 stars. Oh look, 5 stars. And this star is definitely red. The light is right underneath it. It's a big star. So far I found 5 stars. I think that's all there is. Oh, do I really... I hate it when the game does this thing that I have to go back and turn the light on and everything. I guess they at least put it more accessible. That light that went down when you turned the night on came back up. So now the sun is out. It's gone from night to afternoon. Yep, and we lost the stars. The stars, the stars. Okay. Pretty sure that we have to use this. This is a balance scale. You can use it to weigh things. It can help you tell if things look similar or have different weights. Like those 4 coins, for instance. You can press the check button on the scale. Okay. Once you finish weighing them, press the reset button. Okay, so I think this one is the heavy one. And this one and this one. Oh, those are heavier? Wait, what about this? Oh. Okay, so we can delete this. So yellow, white, red, green. Okay. What? They just flew everywhere. Do you think it's broken? Let's see. Oh, I get it. If you use the scale more than 5 times, it triggers this spring, which makes the whole thing shake. It'll do the same thing if you stop using it before you've reached 5 times. Oh, right, we need to pick up all the coins. Well, now I've got the coins. Okay. Yeah. So... Okay. Yellow. Right. 1. Okay. 2. I'm gonna go back to just... I think this is 4. Failed? Oh, they went everywhere again. I guess we can't just take our time here. Give you 2 more tries to figure out the weight. If you can't manage it, we're going to have to take over. She's right. If you keep this up, the scale might break. Oh, this is when they turned... Well, now I've got the coins. Okay. So, we know that this and this is the same as this and this. Okay. What if this is the same as this? No. What if this is the same as this? No. What if this is the same as this? No. I wonder if the SAT sheet has something to tell us about the balance. Maybe. What about you and you? No. You've got 1 more try. You've already figured out the weights of the coins. You can leave the scale alone now. Well, I've... Okay. What about the SAT sheet? Oh, you know what? I guess you're right. Because this is... this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... It looks like I need to read it in the direction of the arrow. I actually don't know. You know what? I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna try this. SAT sheet. Okay, so left, right, right, left, middle, middle, right. Left, right, right, left, middle, middle, right. The waterfall stopped. I guess that was the waterfall control panel. Okay. Okay. I get it now. Now I have to see which one is less than which. Okay. So. Okay. So. No. We will take this off though. So. Yellow plus white equals green plus... Okay. Yellow plus white equals red plus green. Okay. Okay, so if yellow plus white equals red and green, what yellow and white? Okay. Let's remove all of this here. White is lighter than yellow. Okay. So if white is lighter than yellow, what about this? Okay. White is also lighter than green. What about white and red? Red is lighter than white. Okay, so yellow is lighter than green. Okay, so the order here would be the lightest one being red, and then white, and then yellow, and then green. We need to check one more. Green and yellow. Yeah. Yeah. Stop messing around. Did you finish weighing the coins? Next time we'll look at it with you. You have played this 4 times. If you try one more time, the difficulty will automatically be changed to easy. That's a little mean, but I know the thing now. Okay. The indentations are small and circular, so we probably need something that matches that description. Do you have anything like that? Small and circular, huh? Yeah, okay. So, what did we say? Green is the heaviest. Yellow. Here. White. Red. What's that noise? It sounds like something unlocking. I guess it wasn't just a panel, it was actually a door. And there is a screen inside of it. It's showing 9 stars. What are we supposed to do with them? Well, why don't you try touching them? Press the star buttons in the correct order. Oh boy. I know red is the last one. Green there. Okay. So red. So purple. The first one was purple. No. I know we can do it. I'm just gonna turn off the light once more. I'm gonna turn off the light, turn off the light. That is very patronizing, I know, but I'll forgive them. Okay. Okay, so this one would be purple. Oh no, I said red. Yes. Purple. Okay, there's nothing there. Blue. Yellow. Yellow. Green. Red. Purple, as she writes red with a blue marker. Exactly! I know what I was doing. Okay. I'm guessing I won't be able to do the waterfall thing until I turn it back to day. My back is hurting a bit, which sucks. Okay. So, let's try it backwards. Red, green, yellow, blue, purple. No, okay. So, purple. Okay, it might be this one here. Okay. Awesome. Solved it. Good work. Look at the screen. It's the password to get out. Huh? Wait, this is the safe password. Heck yeah. But we have to do it one more time. In the colors we didn't use. Oh. Okay, there should be something telling us. Oh, what about the coins? What was the color of the coins? Red, white, yellow, green. Red, white, yellow, green. And then black? Oh my god, what would be... Where would be the clue for this one? What would be the clue for this one? Yeah, hard to say. Oh, what if the stars were in different sizes? So, what if we try smallest to largest? That would be, I think, green, purple. I know red was the biggest one. Yellow, she did mention, was mid-size. And I guess blue and red. Okay, what about red, blue, yellow, purple, green? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Stretch time! I mean, we have been playing for almost 2 hours and a half, so... Stretch. I'm gonna even stretch to touch my toes. Stretch. And touch my toes. Touch my toes. Heck yeah. And hydrate. Oh my god. Ed is beating up a bag of vegetables. Frozen vegetables. You stretch your other finger? Oh no. You did it. Hey. That's cheating though. You just lay your hands down and touch your toes. Kinda actually. a little close to it, yeah. Heck yeah. Sun, sun, star. Well, what's going on? The screen's changed. Okay. So sun, sun, star. This is a safe, right? It looks like one at least. There was a safe that looked like this one in the crew quarters too. Let's see if we can get it open. So sun, sun, star. Heck yeah, we did the thing. Eventually, one day, I'll just go through the whole thing. I don't know why I'm like so concentrated in getting this files that I'm not reading. Because if you look at this, secrets, it would be here. Have a nice... Word 03 says before he leaves, there are a few variations. Have a nice trick, have a nice trap, have a nice traitor. And then a device built by Tom Kwan, a Boise, Idaho commuter, and things like that. 2 Milkmen Go comedy. And there's like things like that that we can read about. And now, the other password. Mucho texto, paz, rajao. How we in Costa Rica say, yeah, rajao. Whoa, it opened again. Is there something inside? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. Let's have a look at it then. First off, a map. On the upper left it says Floor B. The map we found in the crew quarters said Floor A. Rajao. So A is the top floor and B is the bottom floor. I mean, I know we took the elevator down to get here, so... Right. Let's keep going. There are more things in the safe. This is... the key card. It has a moon on it. That means... Yeah, this is the moon card that announcement was talking about. There's 2 of them in here, just like the sun card. Okay, I'm gonna do something. While... better than reading words. While we are doing this, I'm gonna run a little poll. So that you guys can decide. We're going to allow additional votes, and it'll be 10 coins. We'll make it last 5 minutes. Your results. Okay. Now, you guys get to decide if we will lie or betray. Why? Well, you're a solo. Luna and I'll take the one, and you take the other one. Right. Thanks. So, what have we got next? It looks like a piece of paper. Oh. Oh. What is this? Some kind of diagram? It doesn't make any sense. I wonder what it is. Oh well, just forget about it for now. Okay, so... Testing Nevada test site. What the heck is this? We can always come back to it later. There's 2 more things in here. What's this? It looks like a note. Oh, immunoglobulin. Okay. It says IG, immunoglobulin. I'm also gonna take another sip of water. Immunoglobulin. What's an immunoglobulin? What's that word? It's another word for antibody. You mean like the thing in your body that fights off bacteria and viruses and stuff? Yes. So, what is this supposed to tell us? Honestly, I have no idea. Only one thing left is the key. Now see the key to the exit. Yes, I think you're right. A goblin immune to Instagram. Duh! Oh, why did I not think about that? We should be able to use it to open the door. Awesome. What are we waiting for? It says lock. Let's open it. Yeah. Please do. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. In. Hacker voice. I'm in. Okay. No sooner had we stepped out of the garden than I saw 3 people I'd watched leave through the green door sometime earlier. Whoa. What are you guys doing here?
I gotta be asking you the same thing. How'd you get here?
Sigma, hand me the map.
Map? Oh, right. I dug the map out of my pocket and spread it out in front of us.
You 3 came in through the blue door, right?
Yes.
And which room did you go into?
The garden. This fan-shaped one is called a bee garden.
Bee garden?
It's this big dome with a bunch of plants in it. Look, you can go see it for yourself, alright?
What about you guys?
Well, after we went through the green door, we ended up in the treatment center.
Treatment center? Then we met up right here.
So, what's the treatment center? It sounds a lot like the infirmary.
Yeah, give me a second, have we? Which is here? Green door, Golem Bay. Okay. That one took us to the Golem Bay, and you took us to the archives. Interesting.
You wanna have a look? We can go back to any of the rooms we've already visited.
Yeah.
So?
Sure, let's have a look. A few moments of brisk walking, we found ourselves in the treatment center. Oh boy. Oh, jellyfish? What are those?
They're why this is called a treatment center. Those pods can cure a number of illnesses and even repair certain injuries.
Huh. Okay, so I guess we are choosing betray. Thank you so very much for your input. We are betraying. Whoa, that's nuts.
How about you climb in one of them, Dio?
Why?
Well, maybe it can fix whatever's wrong with your brain.
Nice.
Hey, you want to start something, lady?
Calm down now, son. You don't cool off a bit and I'll have to throw you in one of these pods here.
Huh? Why?
Weren't you paying attention? They have a cold sleep function. I figured that ought to cool your head up.
A cold... What? Wait, did you say cold sleep? That's where they freeze you, right? When you can stay that way for a really long time?
Yeah.
Okay.
According to some records we found in here, until about 8 hours ago, there were 3 frozen people in these pods.
8 hours ago?
3 people? Who?
You mean 3 of us were...
We don't know. All we found was what was in the logs for the pods.
How long were they here?
No idea. Part of the logs were erased. All that's left is when the cold sleep function turned off. It records them thawing out, getting up. That's it.
Then they could be anyone.
Well, anyone but you.
What? Why not Alice?
Because you don't need a device like this to freeze Alice. Am I wrong?
Huh?
Oh, she's a cold bitch.
What are you talking about?
You don't need to play dumb. The water in your body isn't normal water. It's something called Ice 9.
Oh. Oh, they're bringing it up? What? What? They're bringing this up now?
It freezes at 96.8 degrees. That means all you have to do to put yourself in cold sleep is drop your body temperature below 96.8.
How do you know?
No fancy machine needed.
This is from the previous game. Nothing has told us anything about this.
Where on earth did you hear that?
From Clover.
Clover, what the hell?
Clover?
When we were exploring the lounge during the first round.
I see.
Interesting.
What's so funny?
Oh man, you fell for that one hook, line, and sinker, didn't you?
I don't believe so.
Clover was messing with you. That is, if she even said anything to you at all. It was a lie. A joke?
A joke? No, there's no way it was a joke. I'm sure about it. Your body is made of Ice 9.
Well, you're mistaken. It's a ridiculous misunderstanding. An urban legend.
There's no music. This is something important. And we all know where all that water is. Oh my god. With seemingly no other prompting, Alice launched into a lengthy explanation. It went something like this. At some point in the past, someone found a frozen mummified Egyptian queen. What was curious about this mummy, however, was that it remained frozen at room temperature. People began to refer to her as All Ice, eventually simply became Alice. Rumors that her body was made of Ice 9 began to circulate, and all her bizarre refusal to thaw only compounded them.
They say that the mummy finally thawed, and when it did, it began to move. And ever since then, I've had people say they thought I was her. I mean, really, how could anyone believe something so ridiculous? The existence of this mysterious Alice and of this ice that doesn't melt are just urban legends.
But why would people make that mistake about you in particular?
It can't just be because your name's Alice. There are tons of Alices.
Is it because of your face and how you look?
Wait, she said she's an Egyptian mummy? Possibly.
Well, it is true that I am both beautiful and elegant. Can I really be blamed if people think I'm an Egyptian queen?
Oh my
I
god.
don't think that's the only reason, though. Someone who made that mistake said something to me once. They claimed they'd seen me before. Of course, I immediately pressed the issue. Do you mean the mummy, Alice? I said. When? Where? Of course, they were at a loss. In fact, I began to feel a little sorry for them. So I told them something. If you're so convinced, then maybe I am actually Alice. But maybe I've lost my memory and can't remember who I am. And so on and so on.
What the fuck?
I'm still not sure why Clover would tell you something like that, though. Even if she was just messing with you, it seems a little out of left field.
You really think she put that much thought into it? She was probably just screwing with him and it was the first thing that came to mind. Maybe she wanted to see if she could get him to believe something completely ridiculous.
Yeah. I could see her doing something like that. Well, I think that's enough idle gossip for now. The cold sleep business is interesting, but I don't think it's terribly useful. We should go see if the other team has returned to the warehouse yet.
I mean, that's true. We should. At Alice's request, we made our way out of the treatment center. Why did we go all the way here? Oh, right. Someone has to see the warehouse and the white doors. Yep. Yep. Memento Mori. Does that mean that Clover is a cave woman too? That explained the fuzzy clothing. No. Clover is the child of an experiment, basically. This is...
It looks like another warehouse.
Memento Mori. If the ninth lion ate the sun.
It looks like the same warehouse.
Hey, look.
3 more doors.
Yep, but they're white.
They're all glowing white.
Yep.
You think?
This might be the next set of chromatic doors.
I'd bet on it.
I mean,
Look.
You're right, Dawn. You really are.
They've got the same boxes next to them as the other doors.
So the next set of doors are white?
They haven't all been the same color before.
We definitely need to tell the others about this.
Right. Let's head back to the floor A. And now we go back to it. Door. Okay. This is taking a little... This is a little slow. I think my biggest problem with this game is the moving sequences are a little slow. Like showing every room that we've been to and everything, I think is just... a little... So, yeah. But otherwise, where's Kay and Quark and Hugh? You mean Clover? Probably around here. Warehouse A. Or dead? They could be dead!
Oh, thank goodness. You finally returned. I was beginning to get anxious.
Oh, Potassium, you're so cute. Did something happen?
Yes. It's Quark, you see.
Oh.
What? What happened to Quark?
He collapsed.
Oh.
It happened so suddenly. We were just searching our room.
Reminds me of early Ace Attorney, where you needed the proper path to get somewhere. Yeah.
Please, you must hurry to the infirmary. Clover is looking after him, but his condition could change at any moment. You should go.
Oh no.
Tenmyoji shoved Kay aside and leapt through the yellow door. The rest of us exchanged a few startled looks, then ran off after him. I really want to play the Ace Attorney games. I've seen most of them, but I don't... no, I own one, I think. The one in the 3D... the one in the DS? Yeah, I own one. And, you know, maybe eventually. But next game won't be a visual novel, because... oh boy. It's very good. I love visual novels, but no. We need a little bit of everything.
Come on, kid. Get a hold of yourself.
Tenmyoji grabbed Quark's shoulder and began to shake him desperately. It was Clover who stopped him. I got stuck in the third Ace Attorney.
Hey, what are you doing? He's sick, and we don't even know what's wrong with him.
Katawa Shoujo? Well, you see, I would the next if it wasn't banned on Twitch, it would be Honey Pop too. But recently, they've added this like text chats to Discord. So if you join my Discord, that is pretty, you know, whatever. Oh, is that not an? I thought that was an alert. Oh, there we go. It's pretty dead most of the time. It's where I tell people, we show art and tell people when I go live. But there might be a small chance of me streaming Honey Pop 2 on my Discord because, you know, why wouldn't I be weird about it?
What if you make him worse?
That's true. What if we make him worse?
Then what am I supposed to do? I have to save him.
Save? That seems a little extreme. Maybe he just has anemia or something.
Give me a second. There's the person at the door. Person's gone. Let's go back to our video game.
No, that's not it. I know him better than any of you. He doesn't have anemia. He's never just collapsed before.
Okay.
Call an ambulance and stop freaking out about it.
You son of a bitch. This is serious.
The infirmary seems pretty well equipped. There are plenty of diagnostic tools, but...
Can we... Oh yeah, okay, we can skip all of this. This is where we learned that he has Radical 6. No, nothing like medicine. I mean, it was just like a park. Lots of vegetation and stuff, but no medicine.
What about you, Kay? Was there any medicine in your room?
We visited the laboratory. There were a number of chemicals and concoctions there, some of which were medicine, but nothing like what we're searching for, I'm afraid.
Oh god. Then he's going to... Oh god, no.
Okay, we can still skip. Oh, well then. Look, just to be sure, you three went to the treatment center, right? And you're sure it wasn't there? Do you ever regret having a cat that is destroying your shoes because she's a psycho? Because I kinda do. I regret not having a cat. I miss having a pet, but we can't afford it on my single income right now. So, you know, sad, but what can be done?
No, there was nothing even remotely like it. You went there too, didn't you? The only thing in the treatment center are those treatment pods.
Okay, but what if treatment pods? What if we put him in? That's it. If we put Quark in one of those pods. For a moment, there was silence.
Quark?
Quark!
Okay, let's see if we can skip this. Okay. I won't skip it.
Oh, thank God.
Because this is very intense.
You're awake!
And I don't know if you guys have seen this.
Get away from me!
What? Quark, what are you...
Sorry, Grandpa. I can't. I have to.
Have to what? What are you talking about?
Isn't it obvious? I have to escape.
But how?
Like this.
And then Quark's hand moved like lightning. He'd grabbed hold of the scalpel and was driving it straight towards his heart. Stop.
No! Let go! Let go of me!
Pretty tough for a kid, I say. And now we just skip through all of this, and it goes batshit crazy. Yep, he goes batshit insane. We medicate him, and we talked a little bit more. And Alice does something. No one here, huh? Damn, where did she go? Complaining wasn't going to help anything. I needed to go look somewhere else. Where did Alice go? And I think we're going to end the stream with, where did Alice go? Alice or old ice? Well, if they let me save, we will do that. Hi, Paper Store! Thank you for subscribing for 13 months. We're literally about to end the stream because food is ready. Oh no! Shoot. We're gonna have to save. We just saved, so let's see who we are going to raid. Yes, I'm sorry. I think I need a better schedule to like stream more often. But how dare you have food to survive? I know. But let's see who we can raid. Someone that is having fun time. Just starve. What's the worst that could happen? I know, right? Give me a second. Ed! They just said I should starve. They just said I should starve so I continue streaming. He just said it's kind of mean. You know what? We are in for a treat. So let's no, because then who would stream every week? There's a lot of people that would stream. We are going to raid Juker Ice 9 or Alice. We're going to raid the Juker, who is currently streaming FMV nights. So he is doing all the FMV games that he can get his hands on right now, which of course leads to very, very interesting games. So all I have to say right now is thank you guys for stopping by today. As I mentioned, next Tuesday it's my birthday, so we might celebrate somehow. I still haven't decided how we're gonna celebrate. More games should have FMV cutscenes. I agree. But yeah, next Tuesday is my birthday. This Thursday I hope to stream. Last Thursday I didn't stream because I had a major migraine. I hope it'll be all fixed by then. And I'll see you guys next Thursday, and I don't have a migraine and stuff. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye.